Female Viking warriors, the truth they tried to bury. For centuries, we were told a lie repeated in classrooms, documentaries, and history books, a lie that painted Viking women as quiet caretakers while men sailed into glory. But the Earth has a way of revealing what human history tries to hide. Archaeologists uncovered a warrior, one of the most revered in all of Viking lore, a figure buried with war horses, blades sharpened for battle, and the tools of a commander. For generations, everyone assumed this warrior was a powerful man. Then modern science shattered that assumption. DNA exposed a truth no one expected. This legendary Viking fighter was a woman, not a myth, not a misplaced burial, a true warrior, trained, respected, and feared. And she was not alone. Across the frozen north, graves have begun to speak. In them lie women buried with swords placed at their sides, shields resting over their ribs, and bones marked with brutal combat wounds. Evidence not of ceremony, but of war. Evidence that these women fought and died with the same ferocity as any Viking man. These weren't passive figures waiting behind wooden doors. They were shield maidens, battle-tested, disciplined, relentless. Women who trained from youth, who stood shoulder to shoulder with raiders, whose names were whispered with respect and fear. For centuries, their stories were erased, dismissed as legend, labeled as fantasy, buried beneath layers of assumptions and fragile egos, but truth cuts through silence. Viking women sailed into storms. They defended their people. They led. They bled. They commanded. Even the Valkyrie, those fierce, winged women of Norse myth, were likely inspired by real warriors who lived, fought, and carved their legacy into the ice and rock of the North. So the next time someone claims Viking warriors were only men, remember the general, whose bones proved otherwise. Remember the women whose graves told the truth scholars refused to see. Remember the warriors who refused to be forgotten. Female Viking warriors were real. They were powerful. They were unstoppable. And now finally the world knows their names.